Hello, welcome back to HowtoDandD Emporium of Esoterica. More monsters from this very large tome or book, or you know what I mean. Okay, so my suggestion to you is make sure you are comfortable and have plenty of food and drink. You will need dice for today. For those of you who are wondering, yes, absolutely, you will require some dice, so make sure you have them. I'm also going to mention that um, I've got a poll going up and we're going to be making a monster after this presentation, and I want you to be a part of that. So feel free to respond to the poll and we'll go from there. We're going to go into this fairly quickly. I don't want to take too much time. We've just about got everything lined up as far as I can tell. This should be very quick, and then we'll go straight into monster creation. Okay, all right. So now that that's done, you know what to expect. Shall we start, shall we? Let's get started. Let's make it happen. Hi, welcome to How to RPG. My name is Fred Weller, and today I want to talk about role-playing games. Now, what is the topic? We're talking about the monster lore for the nightmare. Now, you might be thinking, hang on, Fred, isn't that a horse? Well, this is a different nightmare. I'm talking about a nightmare from Esper's Emporium of Esoterica. And he has lots of nightmares, as it happens. So, does the nightmare demon lore for 5e, this is a 5e monster, for those of you who are wondering. What is this? What is it actually? It's not a horse? Okay. Does the realm of demons appear like our nightmares? Or does our nightmares resemble more the realm of demons? Or are our fears composed of terrors from beyond? Or are terrors from beyond formed from our fears? Well, actually, nightmares are manipulators, fearmongers, and sowers of evil. Past the boundaries of our ordinary lives lurks chaos. This is where we get the nightmare. When chaos combines with the rot of corruption, nothing is sacred and nothing is certain. Nightmare demons from the abyss are also known as the MARAKIL. These fiends have unspeakable horrific figures and forms, though they are rarely seen, and because they are nightmares, they are lurking things with the ability to turn invisible. The nightmare enjoys sowing fear and havoc, while typically begins by probing a mind of a target in order to read its thoughts, learning its deepest fears and desires. The MARAKIL then uses telepathic communication and illusions to manipulate their victim into committing some sort of heinous sin or unspeakable act. For example, the MARAKIL might learn a person's religious convictions, then impersonate a god or deity or divine figure or agent, and have them contact that particular target or individual, and then command them on a quest or a task to perform some sort of act that involves betrayal, subversion, or murder. A MARAKIL will rather spread malevolence rather than merely slay its members. Okay, members within the community, it's always better to bring them down rather than to simply kill them outright. However, if the circumstances arise, a MARAKIL will assault foes with psychic torments and savage bites. So you glimpse the creature for just a moment, a grotesque thing that at once seems to slither and scuttle. A fragment of a nightmare, so alien, yet also so familiar. So that is the nightmare creature. And it actually takes many forms. Even though we have an image for it, it actually takes many different forms, and let your mind go completely in all sorts of different directions, including your players. Okay, I hope you found this useful. I want to thank you for watching. I really do hope this was useful to you. I want to thank my patrons. I also want to thank Esper the Bard for allowing me to do this video and providing the assets to do so. Hopefully it was useful. And hey, till next time, keep rolling those 20s. Okay, right, now, normally Esper has asked me to show you the actual stat block, so I'm going to do that very, very quickly and transfer you over to that before we start making our own monster. And since you guys are going to be doing most of the work, that's how we do things here, and I will just be writing stuff down, really, providing you with a few tools, but yeah, writing stuff down. So this is the demon, the nightmare demon, and as you can see, I'm going to just zoom in a little bit. There isn't a lot of information on it, but and it's supposed to be one of those creatures that sort of has unanswered questions. Okay, so it has an armor class of 15. It has 58 hit points on average. It can climb and has movement speed. Pardon me. So it has spider climb, so it can climb on ceilings as well, which is exactly what you would expect a nightmare to be able to do, really. Wouldn't you? Anyway, it has some damage resistances, quite a few of them, unless you have a magical weapon. Damage immunity to poison, condition immunities to being frightened and poisoned, which makes a lot of sense, and dark vision up to 120 feet, which frankly I think all monsters should have if they live in a dark location. Speaks a number of different languages, including has telepathy up to 120 feet. It has innate spell casting, so it can cast minor illusion, invisibility, and major image. Okay, it has magic resistance, and as you can see, it has a bite, a psychic probe, which I kind of briefly described before, and then also an unleash terror ability, which does psychic damage. So you can expect people to have to take a few wisdom saving throws along the way, because this attacks your wisdom primarily. Okay, so that's the creature, and the artwork for it is quite cool. And now let's move on and make our own monster. I had said you will need dice, and that's quite true. So you will need to start rolling some dice very shortly. We're going to be using a chart. I see the votes, have the votes come in yet? We have no votes for whether we're going to do a land-based monster, a sky monster, a sea monster, or a subterranean monster. So I'm hoping that somebody will actually vote today. Otherwise, I'm going to just have to pick something. I'm going to get my dice ready. You will need percentile dice. You'll need 20-sided dice. If you don't have dice, then you'll just have to make up some numbers, I guess. All right, so let me get my dice out. Get my percentile dice ready to go. Where are you? 1, 2. That's that one. And that's this one. And okay, there we go. There's the percentile dice and 20-sided dice. And maybe also a 6-sided dice would be useful. Okay. All right, we'll put that over there. Keep that ready to go, and we'll transition over to the first thing that we need to do. So if I close this and gliss, that'll make it a little bit easier for myself. We're actually going to use a number of charts and tables. I've been doing this a few times. This is probably about the 12th monster we've done. Country 245, ahoy! Aha, we finally have somebody who has voted. We have a vote. Is it a 50 split? It is. Subterranean and sky. I might have to just do a dice off. I got some D6s out of storage. Good. Well, I'm glad you got D6s ready to go. At least that'll apply to one of the dice rolls. Okay. So let's start off with the monster body, and I will transition us over to what we're dealing with, which is over here. And oh, my phone. I know I've got my phone right next to me, so that's not a problem. So I'll grab my phone so I can see the chat. Hopefully it keeps it up to date. And yes, there it is. There we are. Okay, good. All right, so this is the table we're using. As I said, this table is still in the process of being finalized. I don't believe it's complete yet. I'm still wanting to test it. We've done 11 monsters. We'll be doing the 12th monster today, and I feel like once I've tried it, 100 or so times, maybe I'm going to be more likely to make it the final thing. So, yeah, grab your dice, country 245s. Hashtag. Roll percentile dice for the monster head, body, and limbs. I think that's what we're going to be dealing with today. All right, so let's just check to make sure we actually have the right type of monster being selected. What are we doing? We're an even split. We're an even split between sky and subterranean. So we haven't done a sky monster yet. I don't think we've done anything that flies. So we'll take the sky one today, since it's a split. How's that sound? Okay, let's do that one. So next, moving to there. Here we go. There it is. So moving down. So for a sky, we're rolling for, in this case, we have to roll for the head, the body, the legs, and the wings. So there are 4 different rolls required. So we're going to be adding that to our list of things we need. Legs and wings. We need something that can fly. So wings are going to be important, and legs. Limbs or legs is pretty much the same thing, so that's all good. All right, so now I need to make 4 dice rolls, and you guys have done that, so that's good. So let's go to flying creatures. This only goes up to 50, roughly, so we're going to trim some stuff off here. 73 as our first number, so if I go half of 73 is 35, 36, 36, half a peacock. We give it a peacock head. Wow, okay. Copy. A lot of these are birds, people. So, yeah, if you were expecting something a little outrageous, not really. Not all monsters or creatures need to be things that you have to fight. Right, our body. If our body... Now, that was the 73. Brick of 36, 10d. All right, okay. All right, so you've got a lot of six-sided dice. Cool, cool. Oh, okay, you're to prime it today. Oh, good. So we've got 73 already. We've got 98. 98 will be the body. So 98 is 45. And then half of that, 8 is 4. So it'd been 49. 49. We don't actually go up to 49. So we're going to go with a ye. Ye. Let's put ye in here. We're not quite complete here. All right, so I don't know what a ye is. I can't even remember what a ye is. Somebody remind me what a ye is. Anyway, next one. That's the ye. Next, 52. Well, this will be the legs. 52. We don't go to 52, so we just halve it. Comes to 25, 26. Okay, so 26. Ooh, whatever that is. We've got a few different creatures I don't recognize at all. We're going to need another dice roll, obviously, for the wings. And we have Crunchy 245's got a 45. We've got a 45 on this table, so we'll use the 45. Vulture. Vulture wings. Ooh. Copy. We've got vulture wings. And paste. All right, well done. Okay, so let's first break up and start drawing our creature. It's going to have a few things going on here, and we might need to sort of remind myself exactly what these creatures are. There's 2 of them I don't really remember. But anyway, let's go here. Well, let's copy this section for now. Copy and drop. And here. We'll go for art, drop it into here, that's that bit, paste it in. I'm using Starry AI with the head of a peacock. Okay, now, comma, legs of a flea and wings of a vulture. All right. Heads is a prehistoric creature. I had a ye. I don't know what a ye is. Ye. Define. Define. What is the ye? Scottish form of you. Oh, ye. Ye define. Ye animal. It's a dinosaur. Okay. It was a small, possibly tree-dwelling aboriginal animal. Oh, there it is. This is this thing. That is the ye. A type of winged tree-dwelling dinosaur. A small, possibly tree-dwelling aboriginal animal. Okay. Let's just drop that in there so I actually remember what the heck that is, because that ye is going to cause me a whole lot of trouble later on. Paste. Paste there. A small, possibly tree dwelling. Let's not put possibly. Let's just put tree dwelling. Small tree dwelling. Bird-like. Bird-like dinosaur. Okay, that's what we want. Dinosaur with. What has it got there? It's got a lot going on, doesn't it? Those wings are sort of a combination of feathers. Is it feathers? Possibly feathers and a membrane. Feathers and membrane. Oh, okay. With membrane and feather wings. Okay. All right. Thank you, Country. Got it. All right. Okay. So, so what's the best way to describe this in Starry AI so I don't mess it up? Is well, it's supposed to have the body of this, doesn't it? And the body of this thing is really like the body of a bird. It's not even that. It's yeah. It's a feathered body. This is feathered body. Yeah, with the body of a. Really, it's just bird. It's going to get confused if I put ye in there. And then the legs of, now it's not the legs of flea, we're having the legs of this thing here. This is, somebody had just mentioned what it is, I believe, in the chat. And yeah, can you imagine what the AI would do if I said, here, tell me what a ye is? It doesn't know what the heck ye is. It's going to scour the internet, and I'm going to probably get some sort of weird idea. So these are, so what, basically it looks like a pterodactyl, doesn't it? It feels like it's a pterodactyl. If you ask me, that looks like a pterodactyl to me. It's a genius. All right, okay. So something like that. We'll deal with you later. We'll drop you in there for now so I don't completely mess this up later on. That's that one. And paste that in there. Okay, we'll come back to you. I don't really know what to do with you right now. It's a pedrosaur. Pterosaur. Let's do that. Let's put that in there. Whew, it's complicated today. Legs of a... Right. And the wings. Okay, that's probably going to be easy enough to deal with. Right, so let's have a look at the different styles. We have Imagine. Oh, this is a new one. I haven't seen this one before. It's probably not going to be any good to us, but we'll just give it a go and see if it does anything. It's expensive. We'll try it. It's press the button. I think it's all set. Yes, let's do that. First one, first run. Next, what else can we do? We can do Hydra. We'll do the Hydra one. After the Hydra, we have paper cut. Why would we want a paper cut? That's really strange. What the heck is this? Is this a design? Shirt design. No, not anime. No, Argo. I suppose Argo would be alright. Argo's usually been pretty bad in the past, but we'll do it anyway. Argo. Next, portrait. No. Lyra. Sometimes that's alright. Not always, though. Do Lyra run, and after Lyra, we've got cyberpunk. No. No. Abstract world. Fantasy. Yes. Fantasy. That's worked sometimes. Fantasy. We have 3D art. That works sometimes. Let's do that one. And usually, Argo 2, which usually gives us garbage, but we'll do it anyway. Right, so we've got quite a few runs. We'll let it do its thing. We'll come back to this. We're going to start getting the rest of the monster sorted out, since now that we have all the bits and pieces in place. Looks dangerous. Maybe it is. Who knows? Could be. There's no way of knowing. So we're going to roll percentile dice for this special ability. Okay, so hashtag. Roll percentile. The hat colors are come off. My head's overheating. Percentile dice for monster special ability. Okay. All right. So percentile dice roll. The table that we got here is complete. It goes from 1 to 100. If you don't have dice, you could just pick a number. Really. This is complete. It's on Patreon. Okay. It is the first draft. I might change it in the future, but right now I think it's a reasonably functional tool that we'll use. We're going to populate this. Okay, Fred Huber, who is a patron, thank you. 89. Let's go with 89. What is 89? 89. And 40. Okay, so you're rolling out a few things. So we'll go with 89 to start with. Transplanar strike. The creature can attack physically and spiritually from any plane of existence. Well, that's a bit of a shock. We haven't had that one before, have we? That's a new thing. Let's just go here. Let's make this a bit bigger. And plop that there. Paste it in. Okay, so, all right. So that's one of its special abilities. Do we want to go with a couple of different special abilities rather than just one? Because we're going to do some traits as well, but we can always dump something if we don't like what we're getting. So let's go with the monster special abilities again. So you've rolled a... Country, you've rolled a 27. Let's take your 27, shall we? I haven't forgotten the other numbers you've rolled, Fred. I see them. 27, 27. 27 is electric skin. Gives off electric current through the skin membrane. That's interesting. Let's put that there as well. It's like a defensive ability. What did I just do? Did I just delete it? Is that what I did? Yes, I did, apparently. Okay, copy. We'll drop that in as well. So that's two different special abilities. We'll do some traits in a second. Pretty happy with that. Okay, next, traits. Yeah, too much going on. So hashtag roll percentile dice for monster traits. Now the idea between the difference of a monster special ability is something they have to use an action to activate and use. Whereas the monster traits are always on. They always function. Okay, so Fred Huber, we're going to use your 43 for the monster traits, unless I see dice rolls coming through. So 43 for a monster trait. I think we're on traits now. Always on. 43. 43, glowing eyes. The creature's eyes glow. So we will grab you. It's one of its little traits. We'll put that in there. Paste it. And 43 and 11. Yes, and we can do 11 as well. Let's have a look at see what 11 is like. 11. Anti-healing. The creature is injured by healing magic. Well, that is unusual. Wouldn't have guessed that one, but we'll take it. This creature has become rather odd, which is what you kind of want. Okay, next. Country 245, you've rolled a 54, and I'm going to just punch in here. What we're going to do next is we're going to do a motivation for a monster hashtag. Hashtag roll percentile dice for monster motivation. Okay. Glowing yellow. You want glowing yellow. Okay, eyes glow yellow. Sure, got it. All right. Now, Country, I'm going to take your 54 for our monster motivation. There are 100 monster motivations. These are all on Patreon, people. If you're wanting the tables. 54. Okay, mate. The monster is searching for a mate of its species. Fine. We'll take that one. Oops, it's still doing its thing. Monster motivation. We're not quite ready for the reveal on the picture yet. Let's have, if we can get another dice roll, that would be good. Dungeons and Chronics. Hello. If you've got dice with you, good time to start rolling some dice. Let's get another monster motivation just in case we feel like the mating motivation isn't going to be good enough. So far, our monster's pretty odd in terms of how it operates. It's got something that's related to attacks. It's got a defensive ability as well. And we've got glowing eyes. So, yes. Anti-healing. Eats souls and does it via the... we'll see about that. What have I noticed is every monster we make seems to eat souls or spirits, and I was like, there's too many soul-eating monsters and spirits out there right now. We need them to do something else if we can help it. So yeah, if you want to roll another dice, another percentile dice would be great. Otherwise, I'll roll my own. I can always roll my own. I'm not incompetent. All right, what did we get here? We got a monster motivation of 70. What did 70 come out as? Well, plant growth isn't going to work, so that didn't work when I rolled 70. There's a hole in our 93. What did 93 come out as? Test. The monster wants a challenge or test. But souls are yummy. Yeah, sure they are. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just going to be the mate thing. Maybe it'll be just that one. All right, so that's the one I rolled. If nobody's rolling anything else, we're going to move on to origins. There are 20 different monster origins, so you need a 20-sided dice for this dice roll. So hashtag roll a d20 for monster origins. There aren't that many origins out there. So yes, so a percentile dice roll and a 20-sided dice roll would be good. I need my monster origins needs a 20-sided dice roll because we have a table for that ready to go. But if we wanted to pick up a different monster motivation, since we've got two that are passable, but maybe we can do something better. So 14. So Fred Huber, you have a 14. Oh, we got science experiment again. This is a science experiment. We get science experiments a lot. There's a lot of experiment. There's magical experiment. There's science experiment. We get a lot of that as it happens. So that's possibly one that we'll use, unless somebody rolls something else. I'll drink some water. And we got 11. Okay, well, let's have a look at what the origin for 11 is. Magical experiment. And she's rolled a 86. Okay, all right, 86. Well, I'm interested. That'll be a motivation as well. Let's go here. Let's go here. So this is magical. So it looks like, I feel like this is going to wind up being some sort of experiment. It's magical science experiment. It's going to be one of these. Like, the fates want it. I guess we'll be doing that. Next, motivation. You rolled up a 86, which we'll put into the motivations one. 86. Smoke jumper. The monster hates fire and stamps out all fires in the environment. Well, it depends what it looks like, but I like the idea. It's very rhinoceros. Yeah, let's see how that all works out in the end. It'll be interesting. Loki's science experiment gone wrong. Could well be. Have people been watching the new Loki TV series? Have they? Okay, so next we're going to do our monster lair. And for a monster lair, you have to roll a 20-sided dice or a 20-sided dice and a 6-sided dice, because this goes from 1 to 26. So you'll be rolling from 1 to 20 or from 2 to 26. Like the Hadozi. Let's go back to that one, right? Hashtag roll a D20 or roll a D20 plus a D6 for the monster lair. What lair will it have? It's gone wrong. It's gone right. It's not wrong, it's gone right. Okay. All right, so here are our lairs. I'm waiting for you to roll. Otherwise, I will be doing some rolling. Sorry, I've got a lot of gas today. I don't know why. Well, I don't know. I can guess why. I got a pretty good reason, idea of why that's going on. Anyway, so how are you doing with the rolls? Are we getting some dice rolls through? And I will just update my phone and make sure that it's actually catching up, because I know you guys chuck stuff in here and sometimes it doesn't come up. Lives in a thimble. You want to put it in a thimble. You want to make it a very, very small creature. Okay, so while we're waiting for you guys to punch in some numbers for that, let's go and see if our monsters have actually drawn themselves. Has this thing actually drawn anything useful? Okay, so we've got a bunch of different creatures. I feel like it's gotten a little bit confused by the instructions. Don't you? I feel there's definitely a peacock theme going on here. That place superpowered gannet sized. Yeah, let's have a look at this first one. So, okay, this is standing on a building. This thing looks like it's huge. Looks like a rather large peacock-like creature. Okay, interesting. Can I get the next one? This is very odd, but it's very metallic. It's kind of made out of metal. I kind of like this. So this has got the peacock head. It's got the bird body. It's got the legs of a dinosaur, flying dinosaur. Is that supposed to be that? Yeah, I suppose it is. And the wings of a vulture. This is actually pretty good. I mean, given that I asked for a very specific thing, I actually think this picture kind of fits it really well. And because it's constructed like it's made out of metal, that was a really kind of clever idea. I'm going to upscale this. I think we should upscale this one. Let it do its processing. What do you got here? That place between sleep and awake. It was created in the... I don't understand what you're talking about. Between... Okay. I haven't rolled the dice in 3 months. You haven't rolled dice in 3 months, Dungeons and Chronics? It's time to roll dice. You've got to get them. You've got to get them ready. Make them work. Push them to their limit. Anyway, yeah, if you guys don't roll for the lair, I will roll for the lair. And this thing is working really, really slow today, so maybe I'm not going to be able to upscale it today. Rolled A5, so... And let's have a look what else we got here. This is not that great. I don't like this one. I like the second one, but that's not good. That one's... I suppose there's maybe too much going on. I wouldn't say it's terrible. It looks like a very odd peacock, really. That's really what it looks like. An odd peacock. Next, let's have a look at a different one. This here kind of just looks like a peacock, really. If anything else, it just looks like a peacock. That, no, I'm not convinced. This is not really what I'm after. Oh, well, it has the vulture wings though, doesn't it? It does have the vulture wings. It does have a vulture beak though. Right, this here is, again, just basically a peacock as far as I can tell. That there is a mess. I don't know what the heck's going on there. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, metal conducts electricity. I think making it made out of metal is really kind of maybe where it needs to go. It feels like it's needing to head in that direction for sure. No. No. I think all of those are pretty terrible. They weren't very good. Okay, let's have a look at this one. This is a mess. That looks like a peacock is doing it with another peacock. Basically, this is basically just peacocks. More than one peacock and a few things going on that don't make sense. Okay, this is a double-headed peacock. Yeah, right, no. I don't think so. Next, let's have a look at this one. What is that? That doesn't make any sense. That is just a peacock. That is, I don't know what that's trying to do. This is, no, let's just leave that one. Okay, moving on. This one here, what has this done? It looks more like a stork. I wouldn't say that's a peacock head. Bird, wings of a, no, it's kind of got confused with what we were requesting. It's got confused there. No, I don't think so. I think those are all a bust. And then we go to this one. No, that's just a mess. It's just another big mess. Okay, so I think ultimately the one that stands out for me the most as the one that we really want is definitely got to be this. And it's still processing, so I'll let it continue to process. Oh, it's ready to download. Okay, so this is I think this is the one picture that stands out the most for me. So we definitely want it to have metallic. And you said yellow eyes. This one has blue eyes. So we're going to change it to a blue-eyed creature. Blue eyes. Blue glowing eyes rather than yellow glowing eyes. Mating was one of the motivations. Yes, absolutely. So, and then this one here was that terrible? No, that's terrible. That's kind of a mess. No, I think we just keep the one. I think that's good enough. All right, so now that we've established that, let's go back to our sheet here, and we're going to put in here a creature's eyes glow blue. Traits. It's made of metal. Except the tail feathers. Okay. That means our electric skin makes far more sense. Haha. You want yellow eyes. You cannot have them. We're going to go blue eyes. See, blue eyes. We're doing blue eyes. Give it to me now. Here we go, Leah. I rolled a 15. What is 15? It's a lake. A large lake of fresh water surrounded by land. So do we want to make that it's Leah? I don't know. That doesn't seem like the best layer for this kind of creature. It seems a little dumb. So maybe another dice roll would be good. So let's do a 6-sided and a 20-sided dice, since nobody's rolling today apart from me for this layer. I did ask for one, but oh well. Okay. So I got a 4. What is 4? Borrow. So it makes a hole in the ground. We might be able to use both. We might be able to use both. I think we could very well use two different things. Okay, cool. Lovely. Natural armor. Yes, it's got natural armor. I think let's add that in. That's definitely something that's an aspect of this, isn't it? Natural armor, armored body and head. Or just naturally armored. Body. It's actually body, head, and wings. Let's do that. And I want armored in my own language. Okay, cool. That's good. Okay, metal conducts electricity. Yes, it does, which means that it can be used to give off electrical shocks, which is exactly what we want to be able to do. So, yes, love it. That'll do nicely. Okay, so next, let's go down. Jeez, I don't know what you've got going on there. We need a reproduction for this monster. How does this thing reproduce? I mean, that's our question. That's our next big problem. Hashtag. How does the monster reproduce? Reproduce. I think it should just lay eggs myself. Lives in the expanse of the astral sea. You reckon? Lives in the expanse of the astral sea. Lives in the expanse. Well, lake, sea. Let's go a little bit further. Let's say we can do a little bit more with this. Lives in asteroids, asteroid holes that it digs. Lives in asteroid holes that it digs into rock and stone. Rock, stone, and ice. Stone and ice. Lives in asteroid holes. Lives in asteroids. So these asteroids float through the astral sea. Basically space. Talking about space, aren't we? So we can get rid of this bit here. We'll get rid of the lake one. Let's get rid of the lake one. Because the lake, what we've done here is we've just made it more of a space monster. It's more of a space monster today. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm going to warn anybody who leaves a comment on my channel about videos, about some stuff, that if you've got a particular point and you think that it means something, don't necessarily think that I'm going to agree with you, or or that I'm particularly interested in a long-winded explanation, when really the argument I've put forward usually is already countered all of that. I just sort of comment right now, which makes me laugh a little bit. So let's have a look what we got here. Mitosis, when it has to eat enough, and it hasn't eaten enough. Assimilates species into Borgs. What? Transplanter strikes, so astral makes sense. Okay. As a native of the astral plane, it carnivates the astral sea without error. Or navigates the... Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's so I think what we're trying to go here, mitosis. Let's figure out how's this mitosis going to work. I think I've got an idea how this is going to work, Fred, since you put that idea forward. I think I've got an idea how this is going to work. Mitosis, define. Okay. A type of cell division that results in two daughter cells, each having the same number and a kind of chromosomes as the parent cell. Type of ordinary tissues. Okay. Cell. Mitosis is part of the cell cycle in which replicated chromosomes separate into two new nuclei. Cell division by mitosis gives rise to genetically identical cells in which the total number of chromosomes is maintained. Therefore, mitosis is also known as equal division. Okay. All right. Now okay. So that's fine. Let's do this. So, but mitosis, and what we'll type in here as part of this is, since you've got part of an idea that's just kind of interesting, has to consume rock, minerals, rock, minerals, and metals to lay eggs. Okay, I think that's good enough, and I think we've just determined what its food is. Rock, minerals, and metals. So it's probably not going to be interested in eating you. Alloys. Aha. So we've kind of laid that. Country 245. Good. I think we're doing well here. Minerals and metals. So that's that. Has to consume rock, metals, and has to consume enough rock materials and metals to lay eggs. Bingo. So we're going to give it some senses. It's in the astral sea by the looks of it, on an asteroid. So since we've got the food source covered, let's go with what are the monster's senses? Okay. All right. So monster senses are environment, where we can put this in here right now. Asteroids in the astral sea or space. Sweet, got that down. We're going to do that in a second. So we need to have, is it hearing, see, or sight? What sort of sight? What sight? Hearing, if anything. Probably you can't hear very much in the astral sea, so maybe it doesn't even have any hearing. Smell, does it smell anything? Probably doesn't need to smell at all. It would see it would see, it wouldn't necessarily see light. It might be able to see other things. Ultraviolet radiation, maybe. Maybe that's just something that it can pick up. Darkness, because it's in a dark environment, so it's flying through space. So, okay. What else can we have here? Smell, sight, touch. Okay, so we're going to need a few different things here. What sort of monster senses? Mummy created... What? Mummy? Creature to baby. Eat all of your victims. What? Fred, I don't understand what we're going with here. Eat all your victims so you can grow big and divide into two. Yeah. Right. Exactly. That seems to make sense. Do we have a weakness for this? Maybe does it rust? Oxidization. Calcium is a mineral. Calcium is a mineral. That seems right to me. Okay, so hammer. So let's say go. Let's do this. I don't know if we can get rid of it if we need to. Prone. Prone to oxidization or rusting. Yeah. Hello, Byron Lee. How are you? How's it going? Advanced dark vision permissible? I think that's perfectly acceptable. We're going to have dark vision up to, but not excluding, 120 feet. How's that? So, advanced dark vision. Flying through space, you're probably going to need it. Yep. Planar vision. Planar vision. What does that mean? What does planar vision mean? Looks brass. That gets a natural protective. I don't know what that's all supposed to be there. What's that, Fred? What do you got here, Fred? Protective something. I still can't see it. But then the heart's in the way. Protective Pantene. Oh, okay. Maybe. Next. When you're in space, you probably couldn't hear diddly squat. Let's go with no sense of hearing. Question mark on that one. Put the idea there. Unless somebody comes up with something better in terms of hearing. You can't really smell anything in space, so it's no sense of smell. Or a poor sense of smell. Let's just do that. How would you smell things in space? I don't think it would be very easy to do so. Again, we'll leave that one alone. Transplanar scrying, so it can hit with the... Oh, okay, I see. Okay. Planar vision allows the monster to scry into different worlds. I think that's what we're really trying to do there. That's fine. Okay, so done that bit. Next. Our senses aren't, I wouldn't say perfect in terms of what it does, but obviously dark vision, planar vision, no sense of hearing, poor sense of smell, touch. I'd put a sort of a question mark beside that because I'm not sure what to do with that. I'm not sure what else we would do with it, frankly. Vibration sensitivity. Let's do that. Vibration. Then I like that idea. That's a good idea. Wouldn't a poor sense of smell be a disadvantage for a monster? Yes, it certainly would be. But if you're in space, what would you smell? Does space have a smell? It's like, hence why I'm putting it that way. If you can come up with something better, you let me know. Okay, so that's the monster communicates. How does this monster communicate? Hashtag. How does the monster communicate? Communicate. Kind of curious if people have ideas. No problems, Dungeons and Chronics. So you head out and you no problems. I'll catch up with you some other time. Okay. So yeah, let's have a look at this creature. We're going to have to do relationships, but let's have a look at this creature again. This is what we got. Well, sound isn't going to be very useful to it. Sound doesn't travel, so you can't really make noises to communicate. So I feel like body language is going to be a big factor. You're not necessarily going to be able to see very much because you're in the middle of space or the astral sea, so you're going to see diddly squat. It's kind of one of those times where I suppose telepathy is probably the most sensible way of communicating. Telepathic communication seems to make more sense. Morse code. The problem is how do you do that? Morse code from its eyes. Yeah, let's go with Morse code and telepathy. I think that's the only sort of course of action for a monster like this. So let's go here. Telepathic communication at a long range. I don't know what the range is going to be, but we'll just put it at a long range. And then let's put in something a little bit odd, because I like Country 245's idea, and that is Morse code from its glowing eyes. So it sort of winks in and out Morse code. I think that's quite clever, because then you could actually see that. If there's a creature in the space and it can see light, then it will be able to pick that up. So another creature can actually spot what's going on. So yeah, why not? Dark vision, planar sight. Okay, sweet. Not bad. Mating dance. How did we get a mating? Oh, mating dance. Yes, let's have a mating dance in here. Mating dance. I think that's definitely a factor that needs to be included, right? Yeah. I still like the Morse code from its eyes. Lives in flocks that can encircle entire planets. Right, so you're moving on. I see what we're doing here. We're on to relationships monster. Hashtag monster relationship. Monsters relationship with other creatures. So, okay, let's do what Fred has suggested. I think monster lives in flocks that encircle entire planets. That is very clever. You got to get the word right. Entire planets. Okay. And I would like more, but that's not bad. Considers dragons to be tasty. Dragons to be tasty. It's because there's such a high rare metal content in them, right? Because of all their scales. I'm assuming that's where that came from. It considers to be tasty. Okay, next. Allergic to peanuts. Allergic to peanuts. Why not? Don't feed it peanuts. Doesn't like them. Probably will kill it. Imagine a spaceship receiving Morse code and turns out to be a flock of these things ready to eat the ship because it's made of metal. Oh no! Oh no! So that means feeds on spaceships made of metal. It's not like that'll go down well. Oh dear. Somebody ate the front of the ship off. It's those sodding birds. It's those creatures. We need to give this thing a name. We do. So let's give it a name. I've got your ideas down. It's pretty good. So what is the monster's name? Don't say Bob. Don't give me the word Bob. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Head of a peacock. Has the body of a bird. It's made of metal, mostly, apart from its tail feathers. Has the legs of a flying dinosaur, basically, and the wings of a vulture. So that is the creature. That's what we're dealing with. This thing does all sorts of horrible things to you. So what do we call it? It's got to have a name. The peanut freighter. The astral falcon. Oh, fuck me no, Fred. Absolutely not. It's like Spelljammer. We had astral guppies and astral flying pigs and astral whales or whatever the heck it was. Like, no, we're not doing that. If it has the word astral and then the name of a real animal, we're not putting it down. I'm not putting that down. I'm not going to be an astral falcon. Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill. No, it can't be that. It's got to be something else. A penisaur. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's a bad name. That's my name. That's definitely bad. The iron pigeon. Oh, I suppose it doesn't have. At least it doesn't have the word astral in it. Okay, iron pigeon. All right, I'll put these names down. Astral falcon is my least favorite. I'm going to say it now. Okay, you don't get good points for this one. This one, Mr. Bill. No points whatsoever. It's a huge lot of question marks, that one. Okay, the iron parrot. The iron pigeon. No. A pterocock. Hello, pale rider. How are you doing? Pterocock tail. To be fair, I actually think I prefer the pterococktail. Penosaurus. Okay. Oh dear. So while you're coming up with names, people, I'm going to try to hold it together. So today I was listening to my niece playing with my brother-in-law, and they play a game. It's the password. What's the password? And my niece, after my brother-in-law, says, "What's the password?" And she says, "Cheese." And he says, "Yes, it is. But they've changed the password. What's the password now?" And she's like, "Oh, okay. What would the password be?" And I think she said something like cake or something like that. And he said, "Yes, it was that, but it's not anymore." And then he said, "Try again." And then she says something like, broccoli. That's right. She said broccoli. And he said, "No, that's not it. It is a vegetable, but it's not that one." And she said carrots, and he said, "No, it's not that one." I'm getting to my point. Then he said, "Try again. It's still a vegetable, and it's green." And she said beans, and he said, "No, but it starts with P." And she said Penis. Ah, dear. So, yes, apparently the password was not penis, it was peas. P starts with P, it's green, and it's a vegetable. That was the new password for today in my house. Okay, Damon's Wraith. I kind of like the idea that you've got here. You got a good idea here. Let's do this. The Astral Falcon. Oh no. Astral. It's an awful name. It's horrible. I mean, mine is pretty bad, but I mean, good Lord. Damon's Wraith. Okay. Stellar Falcon. Tai. Right, we've got a few names here. Blimey, there's a few there. It's not a smaller number. Nope, it's a lot. Let's just turn that into numbers here. We've got a lot of choices. Well, okay, so back to this picture one more time. And what else could this be called? We've got lots of names. I've written down a bunch of them. Well, it is kind of vulture-like as well. The Voltosaurus. Copy paste it. Voltosaurus. Handmaidens. I feel like it is kind of a dinosaur as well, isn't it? It feels dinosaur-like. It's a bird dinosaur. Voltosaurus. Here we got Pale Rider's got another name. In these Handmaiden. Maiden. The Bronze Shocker. Oh, maybe Brazen Shocker. Oh, that's probably better. The Spiky P. Oh, Spigot. How do I get that? That's not what I want. Spiky. Not T. P. Spiky P. We've got a lot of names here now. I think that's enough in terms of names. So let's roll down through here and have a look. So we've got our body, what it looks like basically. We've got our fact that it has a transplantar strike. It has electric skin. It's got glowing eyes. Anti-healing, so the creature is injured by healing magic, which is kind of interesting. Made of metal except the tail feathers. Normally armored body, head and wings, so it flies. Obviously it's a trait that it flies in space or the astral sea. Okay, bird of prey. Astral vulture. Oh my god, we've got names. Keep going. All right, fine. I'll keep writing them down. Astral vulture. Bird of prey. Bird of prey. Isn't that kind of prey? Bird of prey. Harpy's bane. Harpy's bane. All right, there's a few of them here. All right, so moving down. So next, we've got that mostly sorted out. Flies. Okay, next, monster motivation. I think the mating one is probably this one, the smoke jumping thing. Let's just get rid of this. This doesn't make any sense. That's gotta go. What's a test its survival skills under pressure? No, it's for a mate. It just wants sex. I feel like this is definitely a scientific experiment and a magical experiment gone wrong. Voltor. The Voltor. I see. Oh, I see where you're going with this. It's lair. We've got our lair narrowed down. We've got our reproduction cycle. We've got our senses mostly done. In flocks. I think the relationship stuff and the weaknesses are all good. That's fine. But yeah, it's the origin. What specifically happened? What was the specific punishment? No, we're going to go with science experiment or a magical experiment, unless, Pale Rider, you can actually come up with a really good idea for the monster origin. Hashtag. What is the monster's origin? Magical science experiment. I'm kind of tempted to say that what if we had a magical phenox? No, a magical egg from a long lost, long forgotten bird was hurled into a sun with a doomsday machine and formed the first monster. I mean, that's what I come up with. I don't know what else you want to do with this here. We'll see. Doomsday, let's do that. Golden Eye Glider. Let's put that name in. That's not bad. Oh, you're still trying to get that yellow colour in there, aren't you? Now I see. Golden Blue-Eyed Glider. And the Voltor. The problem with a name like that is that people are really going to see that we're taking the piss. Loki was trying to create a creature to punish harpies, and it worked. Oh, yeah. Science experiment gone wrong. Must be a creature that escaped from the Red Wizards of Three. Okay. So origins. Let's go here. A Red Wizard of Thay. Thay experiment. Science experiment gone wrong, and it escaped, and the monster escaped. Okay, yeah. Fred, very subtle. Started off as an experiment. Once a creature, the gods took over the creature and subjected it into something. I can't see it. Started off as an experiment. Once created, a god took over the creatures and subjected them into their service. It doesn't really give us the origin, like how was it actually created. Went wrong, gone wrong, went wrong. Okay, all right. So moving on, what else do we have here that needs to be sorted out? I think it's actually probably fair enough as it is. Done enough is done. So So let's have another look at our creature. And there's 7 of you here. I may have a surprise for you people. Those of you who are actually showing up to the live stream, I may have a surprise for you. I don't know what the surprise is because I haven't opened it, but I don't often open things on live streams. No, that's not true. I do it quite a lot when I get the opportunity. So I think this may be fine as is. Let's just go to my face. I think that's good enough as it is. Let's leave that, and I'm going to go back over to the chat. I'm going to end our poll. So, eventually in the end, people wanted subterranean. Well, it was too late. You've got to get in here fast enough to make that happen. It's basically a cat with wings. Exactly, Pale Rider. Okay, so I have a package. A package arrived yesterday. I did not have time to look inside the package. I haven't had time today to actually open the package and look inside the package. Would you like to see inside the package? Okay, I'm assuming it's another book. I don't know what the book is. I don't even know who sent the book. I don't know what, yeah, but I think it is a book of some kind. John Deere commercial pops up. Oh, did it? Okay, so I have a package. I think it's a book. I don't know who it's from. I don't know what the book is. Would you like to see the book? That's my question to you. Okay. Otherwise, I'll just go. Hashtag. Would you like to see inside the package that arrived yesterday? Nothing runs like a deer. That's right. Exactly. Nothing does. Everything runs like something else. Dear. All right. So I'll move a few things around. You let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to just take a drink of water and disappear. You don't want to see my package. I'm not saying my package as in that kind of package. If it's safe for work. I'm talking about a package in cardboard. That kind of package. Now it's getting dirty. All right, we're okay. So we got a yes if it's safe, and definitely don't want to see it. So Pale Rider has no desire to see the package. What's in the package? People keep sending me stuff. It kind of amuses me because there's no guarantee I'm going to get time to show these things on my channel or even have time to read them. Contents. All right. Okay. I'll go get the package and I'll switch my screen so you can actually see the thing. Okay. So Pale Rider, right now, as a warning, I'm about to show my package. Not that package, a different package. So if you don't want to see my package, you need to go. It's a big package. So to give you an idea, this is it's not small. It's quite thick, and I'm pretty sure it is a book because I think I see the spine of something there. Yes, that's how it arrived, people. Okay, I'm in New Zealand. It's traveling a long way, and the the post office and the postal service here don't understand about delivery of anything in a safe manner. Okay, that's not their priority. It's definitely something else. So this is the package I'm about to show you. If you were to see the package, all right. Dirty jokes are coming. All right, let's open the package. I guess there seems to be at least 2 of you who want to see the package, and 1 of you who don't. And out of 6 people, I suppose that's not a majority, but you know. So this is the package. All right. So what are we dealing with here? International. Guess we tear it open. See what's inside. Maybe we'll see something good, something not so good. Byron, looks like someone sent a new DVD book. You reckon? A new D&D book. I don't know. Maybe they did. It might not even be a D&D, Byron. It could be something else. Let's have a look. Let's open it up. It's sealed. This is quite large. This can't be a Wizards of the Coast book because this is about twice the thickness of a Wizards of the Coast book. So nobody sent me Wizards of the Coast stuff, which is fine with me. I don't mind. And oh shit! I wasn't expecting this. What the hell is this? Sorry, people. I just see the spine of it. And I just realised what it is. Does anybody recognise this? Who the hell sent this? It doesn't. Does it tell me? This is the Dungeons and Dragons Rules Encyclopedia. This is the back page. This is the back of it. That is the back of the book, and of course it's very, very thick because it's the Rules Encyclopedia. Dungeons and Dragons Rules Encyclopedia. I'm sure a few of you are aware of this. A bit of a surprise to me. Who sent it though? It says ship it to me, Frederick Wheeler. Got my address. They've spelt my address wrong, and it's got the price here. It got sent from Ingram Content Group UK Limited, Chapter House, Pitfield, Killen Farm, Milton Keys, but it doesn't tell me. Has somebody written anything inside? Okay, look, let's open. Let's have a little bit closer look. I'm very curious now. Right, let's just see if I can get this lined up roughly. And well, nobody's written on the inside of it, so it's obviously been sent straight from the publisher or wherever the thing is from. And this looks like a completely new book, by the way, people. So for those of you who don't know, I've been covering older Dungeons & Dragons role systems, building characters for them. Been doing rule system for them, which of course we'll be doing this week. We're covering Beckme the Dwarf. We're going to build a dwarf for Beckme at first level. And we're also going to cover some more of the Beckme basic rules. And somebody's decided to send me the Rules Encyclopedia, which covers a lot of different material. This is kind of condensed from AD&D and Basic, if I remember right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the Rules Encyclopedia is condensed from Basic and Beckme, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons and Beckme combined. Correct? Definitely not 5th edition style. No, it's not that. Yeah, the art is pretty good. It's line drawing, but it's quite nice. I probably should do a review on this, but this thing is huge. There's a lot of pages here. Inaccuracies. So there are inaccuracies in this book that I'm going to... Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to go through this in any time soon. I think this is going to take me a long time to actually digest. But I was talking to Wally DM, and we were talking about like part of the idea behind the monster lore and the monster workshop is building monsters the way they used to make monsters, which is basically combining different creatures together to create a new monster and giving them some strange abilities and some story behind them, often poached from some other fiction, right? And I was saying I really want to cover more of the Beckme basic stuff. And just because I like Beckme Basic. I think it's probably the simpler system out of all the Dungeons and Dragons versions there are. So yes, Basic to Master and touches on Immortals. Oh right. Now if I understand, the Immortal stuff is supposed to be absolutely bat-nut crazy, if correct? Because I remember Glenn, Mr. Welsh, saying just how nuts the Immortal stuff was. But Basic, Basic to Master's level. There's a rather, look, so this is going to last me a long time. I've already covered some material from the older books, AD&D, First Ed Edition and Second Ed Edition. Definitely AD&D before Second Ed Edition. So this is going to be First Ed Edition and Basic. But Pale Rider's saying it's Basic to Master level. Okay, all right. Well, I guess, but they didn't tell me who sent it. I've been working with Wally DM, who has a YouTube channel, and he's doing edited videos, and I'm doing a lot of live stream stuff on the topic. I was actually talking to the Dungeon Minister in Discord not that long ago about BeckMe, and he was sort of trying to help me out as well. And I was chatting to who else? Jasper AK, who made the character sheet for BeckMe Basic D&D that you can use. That's fillable. It's a PDF. Yes, Immortal Adventures. Players PC level 24 to 32 for one module I had. So, okay, so it's right at the very top. Man, there's a lot of tables and charts here. I haven't even flipped through half the book, people. I'm still going. So if I did a review of this, I'd have to turn the pages super fast or just accept that it's going to probably take about 20 minutes to cycle through as I talk about the book. Of course, I would have notes. This is going to take me so long to get through. I'm kind of wondering, somebody, one of my subscribers has either sent this to me. I wonder if it's Wally DM. Did Wally send this to me? This strikes me as something that Wally DM might do, because he knows what I'm planning to release in the future. Although I do talk to the other patrons as well and some of the subscribers about my future plans. There's an enormous amount of material here. I don't even think it has page numbers on it. Does anybody see? I don't see page numbers anywhere. I don't even know how many pages are in this thing. It just goes on and on and on. More monster stuff. Chapter 14 is probably enormous. Did the rules cyclopedia include like a monster manual? I'm assuming that it might have, because clearly it's including a lot of monsters here. So maybe it was a combination of the whole thing. It does look like a pretty good reference book. The text is very small, so I will struggle to read anything in this thing, which is quite common with the older books. I'll say right now the page quality is pretty good. The spine, I haven't really had a chance. It looks like it's a pretty good, solid spine. It looks like it's a perfect bind. I might be wrong. Wow. Okay, so I'm beyond halfway. Immortals. Oh, so this has the Immortal section as well. You were saying it was supposed to be just basic to master, so it looks like it's got... Oh, that's just a tiny section. That ain't the Immortal section. And yeah, that's got to be a lot more. There's got to be a heap more than that. So treasure. The page numbers are small in the center of the... Are they? They are too. Oh, I can barely read them. It's right there. 229. I'm on page 229. The Gygax era publication. So, okay. This is the kind of book that is mostly a book with information in it rather than supposed to be a very graphical book, I would imagine. There is still some pretty good artwork in here. It's interesting how we've progressed over the years. You know, look at the artwork that they do now and the artwork they did in the past. It's always an interesting mix. Campaigns, chapter 17. Oh, holy Toledo. I've got to find out who sent it to me. Are there any dungeons? Well, there are now. I'm now onto maps. They were talking about campaign worlds. Now we're onto maps. And this is a lot of hex map stuff. I don't know if there's... Okay, there's a world map. This is Mstara. The Hollow World. I wonder if... Did Glenn... I wonder if Mr. Welsh sent this to me. I can't imagine that he would have. No, sure not. So D&D worlds. I don't see dungeon maps. If that's what you're asking about, I don't see that. Spellbook. So character sheets. It's got an index and an appendix. It looks to me like that's an index and an appendix for sure. Mystara. Yeah. So Mystara was the world for basic. And I don't know, did AD&D first edition use Mystara or something else? So this is appendix, indices, appendix. So the appendix kind of acts as an index, I guess. It is a general index. Okay, so there is a general. So there's a spells index. There's a checklist index. There's a tables index, and then there's a general index. Compared to what Wizards of the Coast do, there's so many indexes in here, and then some blank pages. Okay, and those are just a dust cover. Wow. Oh, it's a great recourse for building kingdoms and upkeep for them. Oh, interesting. Well, that was a big surprise. I was not expecting the rule cyclopedia to show up at my door from a person who hasn't actually told me who they are. That is just a real shock. We added Greyhawk and others after Mystara and wrote our own. Yeah, which I highly encourage. People make their own stuff for sure. Okay, well that's interesting. So at some point I've obviously got to go over this. The problem is I've got so many books to review nowadays. It actually takes me forever, and my job is so much more complicated than it's ever been. So I've really been falling behind on all that sort of thing. Okay, but anyway, I think we're going to finish it here. The monster itself has mostly been made. We've got a picture for our monster, which again is all right. It'll do. I think that'll do fine. And then we've got our monster information or lore and a potential name. There's a whole bunch of suggestions. I might work through this and tidy this up later on and see if I can get it sort of to a point where it's sort of at least a draft. Yeah, so that's what we've done. Nicely done. Well done, everybody. Nice job. I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to see yellow eyes on anything though. So what I will say is tomorrow we're doing the dwarf for basic Beck Me Dungeons and Dragons, do character building for that. After that we'll be doing some more of the basic rules for Beck Me that day after that, and then of course the end of the week I will be covering a remastering or upgrading or fixing or whatever you want to call it of the Barbarian for Dungeons and Dragons 5e, because I don't really particularly like anything they're doing with the Unearthed Arcana, and we're not gonna suffer with the 2014 5e players handbook anymore in my group, so I'm going to make some adjustments. So yeah, stick around for that. That'll take me a long time. We've got half of it done, but yeah, that's it. Yellow eyes for the Christmas story. Yeah, sure. No. Anyway, hey, thank you to everybody who was here today. Thank you to my patrons who support me on Patreon. Thank you to whoever sent me the Dungeons and Dragons Rules Cyclopedia, because right now I'm not entirely sure who has sent it to me. I have to find out now. That's going to be an interesting process. So yes, thank you to my patrons. Thank you to everybody who's been watching and listening. If you've taken part in the poll, thank you for doing so. A big, huge thank you to Fred Huber, Pale Rider, Country 245, Brian Lee. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. All the best with your day. Don't work too hard. Don't hurt yourself. And all that sort of stuff. So look, wherever you are in the world, whether it be the morning, the afternoon, the night, or the wee early morning, please look after yourself, your family, and your friends. Be nice to your neighbours. And Dungeons and Chronics, almost forgot about you, but I haven't, because I just mentioned it now. Until next time, keep rolling those 20s.